Hello, Virgo rising. This is your reading. My name is Pod Kane, and I am doing a reading for you this month of June 2024. It's a life checkup. We're going to be putting out two 12 position circles based on an astrology spread to give you more insight about what's going on in your practical life as well as what's going on internally and some helpful ideas from spirit or your chosen guides or loved ones to help you along this month's journey. So if you don't know your rising sign, if you're a Virgo sun and you're here, I have a link in the description below to astrocharts.com. It's very simple and easy to use. You just go and click on your birth chart, and then you need to have your exact time of birth to find your ascendant, which is another word for your rising sign. And most people can find that on their birth certificate. You'll also get all of your other placements like your Venus sign and your Mercury sign and everything else. So if you want to get into astrology and join the Astrology Nerd Club, there's your start. But if you are indeed a Virgo rising, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using 3 decks for you today. Oh, I was going to adjust this before I did my last reading. Okay, I think that's good. Archetype cards, I'm going to pull one of these for you. It's just going to be like a particular archetype that you're kind of embodying the energy of this month or learning about. And then we're also going to pull the classic Rider Waite deck for your first circle. And then I picked out the Star Trek deck for you. If you've never watched The Next Generation, where you been? But also, like, I'll describe the cards to you and what each of the different characters has to say about what's going on with their placements and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. So, and hopefully that'll be a treat for people who are fans of the series. So I grew up on watching Star Trek when I was a kid. Some nerd parents. And it's just a relatively wholesome show. Not everything's aged all that well, but that's how it goes. And I don't know. I just like saw that was a thing on Amazon, and man, I just had to have it. I love it. So let's just pull a card for you, Virgo rising, for the month of June 2024. We ready? Oh, we have the athlete. This is dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. I did get this for another sign already for this month. I forget which one it was. But it actually had a lot to say about just, it's not just about working out and hitting the gym. It could be for you. You know, it's different for everyone. This is a general reading after all. But this could also be talking about just learning how strong you can be this month. So let's pull your classic Waite Smith deck first circle spread to see more about what you are experiencing in your life this month. It's going to be things like home, work, relationships, what you're achieving, what you're hoping for, some limitations that are on you this month, how you appear to others. So just some good information to have, kind of help you put some things in perspective into your life. Okay, that wanted to come out. I think people are pretty important this month. Okay. Did I make that worse with my camera? No, it's fine. Okay. That's too many cards. A lot of people going doing things in your life or showing up, having an impact. Bit of chaos, I think. One more card for you. Okay. So, right now, as to how you appear, you have the Five of Swords reversed, which is a card of giving and giving and giving and giving, even to the detriment of yourself. A lot of people see you doing a lot for others, working tirelessly, not willing to hurt anyone else in the process, not willing to bully anyone else or take any unfair advantages. And um, they wonder if you're not hurting yourself, martyring yourself in this situation. Next, we have what you have, and we have the Six of Swords. This is a card of travel. You may be traveling a lot in the month of June. Maybe you're going on vacation. This could also just simply be in the image here, we have a mother and child in a boat moving away, by being ferried away from a situation. Here they have the troubled waters, and on the horizon it's clear and calm. It's moving out of troubled waters. As in the position of what you have, it's suggesting that you are trying to get yourself out of a difficult situation at this moment and really doing all that you can to move on from it, even leaving some things behind that you wouldn't really prefer to have left behind, but it was like a necessity, or maybe putting yourself through a whole lot to get yourself on into clearer waters and more even footing in your life. And next we have what you're thinking about, and we have the World reversed. I'm kind of getting two different ideas with this. One is that you're thinking about how you just want all of this current circumstance that you're in that's kind of troubling you to really just be over and done with, and it's just not coming to a conclusion, and it seems to be going on and round forever. Another concept that I have is that you are looking out at the world as we live in it today, and you have a very pessimistic attitude towards it, and I don't blame you. So that's something that is weighing on your mind heavily if you're in that camp of people that are watching this, that are thinking like, man, there's a lot of BS going on in this world and I really can't take my mind off of it. It's really bothering me. What is going on at home? So we have the Four of Swords reversed. There's no rest. There's no peace. It's a lot of activity. It's a lot of talking, a lot of busyness. Maybe a lot of chaos, mental chaos. You're really not able to find time to be alone at home, have peace and quiet for yourself at home. It's just a very chaotic energy here right now, and that tracks. You're going through some things this month so far. You're really doing a lot. I feel like those of you that have families, you are busy, 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 and the work never seems to end, and there never seems to be a relief for you recently. Or for a long time. Hey, I don't know. You let me know. Next, we have your self-expression. So we have the King of Pentacles reversed. And I understand this in your circumstance. So a King of Pentacles reverse holds on very tightly to what resources they have. They're a miser. They're like, I'm doing the budget, and you get you get $20 allowance for the entire month, and that's all we can afford. And you better, we're tightening the belts here because things are tough financially. And are they tough? It's sure, probably, but the energy around it is just a feeling of lack. Like, we just don't have enough money coming in, so I'm not letting any go out. There's a lot of control around resources, money, and finances, where you're just feeling like every time you turn around, everything that you have to say or do is related to holding on to your money as tightly as possible, whether that's looking for, can we get rid of Netflix, or we can't go out tonight because we don't have it in the budget, or, we can't get the name brand Oreos. We got to get the great value because the money's freaking tight right now. And that's a lot of your self-expression this month, is all focused around trying to hold on to as much money as possible. Next, we have your work. We have the Death card reversed. Death is a card of major change. It doesn't mean anyone's dying. It means that something has come to an end and something new is coming in. Things will never be the same. It's a major change. And with it being reversed, it means that you desire a major change, but as in your work. Or this could also be if you aren't working, it could be in school or in your vocation. So, whatever it is that you're doing that is like a service to others. So you really want a new change. You need something to change. You need something that's going to change the game, whether that's a completely new job or a huge pay raise that's going to make everything work out better for you financially, or you're looking for a new position within the company that's just going to alleviate a lot of the stress and busyness. Whatever the case may be, your mind is very much focused on desiring this, and yet it seems to be just out of your reach. And I just killed a fruit fly on this card. Gross. Um. Anyway, next we have relationships. So this is partners, loved ones. This is anyone like a close business working relationship, coworkers, close friends, anyone that you have any kind of contracts with, uh, close uh, close relationships, people that you talk to often. We have the Two of Wands upright. So you may be trying to make plans with spouse or loved one, or maybe a potential business partner. You're looking for what can we do? You know, I'd like to travel. I'd like to start something new. I want to get out of this job. What are our options? And there's a lot of scheming and dreaming going on this month with the people that you are closest in contact with, that you maybe have shared resources with, trying to just figure a way out of this mess, because it looks like you're in a bit of a mess right now, um, at least from your perspective, which is all that really matters. It's your life, isn't it? Next, we have what others have, and we have the Eight of Wands. So I wonder if there's not a bit of jealousy on your part. We have two travel cards here. One, this is like travel by water or slow travel. This is like we're getting on a jet and flying to Belize or whatever. There, other people, to your perspective, from your perspective, as opposed to this card, which is how other people perceive you. Um, are out there doing the most. They've got fast lives, fun lives, lots of excitement. They are just kind of flying by the seat of their pants as well. You see them as, oh well, we'll just figure it out when the shit hits the fan, or whatever. And you really see them as throwing caution to the wind, and moving very, very quickly, maybe leaving you behind in certain ways, or otherwise being reckless and devil may care with their behavior, whether that's spending or thinking or what they believe in, or really anything. Next, we have what you're learning, and we have temperance. You're learning temperance. So this is turning one thing into another. Water into wine is the original alchemical process that this card was depicting when it was created. But it stands for anything that is taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that and making something completely new. It also stands for moderation in all forms, not doing too much. So if you here are very focused on troubling things, or how you wish you were out of your situation, you're focused on lack of money, you're trying to get out of a bad situation, you're constantly doing things for other people, you have complete busyness and chaos at the home. This is asking you to moderate all of those things by including their opposite into your life. Spend a little bit on things that make you happy, especially if it's something that can alleviate any of these issues. Spending will be well worth it in those areas. Likewise, carving out time for yourself in peace and quiet, letting other people just deal with their own freaking problems. And the fact that other people see you this way tells me that there's people in your life that maybe you're doing things for that honestly don't really need your help as much as you think they do. Next, we have the Knight of Swords reversed as to what you've built. Um, I think that this is suggesting that you're not able to be the true helpful, um, um, energetically involved, knowledgeable, informative person that you are, Virgo rising, when you're so debilitated through all of these situations happening. And we're going to look more as to what you need to do to get out of all this situation, of course. 'Cause otherwise, it's like, I already knew this. Why are you telling me this? This is fucking pointless and a waste of my time. I'm gonna try to help you, okay? But that's the end result, is you're not able to be your truest self. The Knight of Swords, you may even be kind of harsh, overly critical, a little bit nasty, because you are overly stressed. And when people are overly stressed over long periods of time, they become irritable. And when they're irritable, they get angry quicker, more quickly. They have less patience. All those things. And it's also a card of extremism, and then learning about temperance is, where can I apply the opposite of each of these issues? Okay, I want to run away from this situation. Let me practice gratitude for what I have. There's got to be something in my life that I am grateful for, and let me call attention to that and practice putting my attention on that for a certain period of time, maybe when you wake up or when you go to bed. With this card here, if you're one of the people that's focused on the world events and stuff like that, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Truly. And if you can't do anything about it because you're already so debilitated in your own life, then turn it the flying fuck off. Because if you can't do anything to help it, you also can't do anything to prevent it. And the best thing that you can do to be prepared is be healthy, happy, and whole. And mental health, emotional well-being, that's the foundation blocks of that entire desire, to be healthy, happy, and whole. And you need to protect your mental well-being and turn it off. And as far as overgiving to everyone, again, let people fend for themselves. I know Virgo energy is very much like, I'm smarter than you. I know how to do this best. Some people may have difficulty letting others fail, but how would you have learned what you know best without your own failures? Some people just learn differently, and you need to make space for that, as well as give yourself the relief of the burden. There is no reason why you need to both live your own life, plus live the lives of 10 other people that are around you at your work and in your home and in your family and in your friends. Like, I know it's irritating to see people fail and do stupid shit, but you'll be surprised with what other people come up with. Everyone has a unique perspective on life and unique answers to problems. And you are a limited being, as we all are, and you could never possibly imagine what they might come up with, what they might invent, a solution, something that you could actually enjoy and take benefit from if you just give them the space to figure it out themselves. Do everybody a favor. Next, we have your friends. So, similarly to our seventh card of closer relationships, now we have your wider circle. A lot of people are just busy going on car trips, whatever. I mean, I see a lot of travel here, and I wonder if you're not just a little bit jealous, like, oh, I can barely even get out of, my home for a little weekend away, where other people are going on jets and all my friends are, going hours away to the lake or whatever. There's definitely a lot of concern about, it's summertime, it's time for vacations, and I can't afford to do shit. And you're going to need to find what you can do to be appreciative of what you have now, to get yourself in a mind space where then you can then attack this of the feeling of lack and say, if I already appreciate this, this, and this, then do I really need this, that, and this? And it can allow you to pare down your life in certain ways to increase your income. Then when you're feeling very emotionally, oh my God, gotcha, motherfucker. When you're feeling very emotional, I'm swearing a lot in this one. You're just going through some things, I think. When you're feeling emotionally secure, mentally stable, then you can attend to the work situation. Demand that raise, walk away, make major changes, whatever you've been feeling you need to do. That is so much harder when you are broken. So if you do this plan of attack, right? Okay, first I can be grateful. Then I can look for the things that I actually don't need as much as I thought I did. Then I can turn out and tune out and turn off all the things that are also causing me undue worry that I really can't do shit about. Then I can carve out space and time for myself to have rest and relaxation and peace, and also leave others to fend for themselves and learn from their own mistakes and do their own freaking thing and not be in control of all of that. And then I can come up with my loved ones a new plan of attack, because now we're in a more positive space and we're feeling better and we can make a major change and be more balanced in everything that we're doing, so that at the end of the day we get what we want and drag ourselves out of this cycle of mess bullshit, really. At the end, it's looking at your limitations. We've got the Tower reversed and Three of Cups reversed. First of all, you don't have enough support, and that sucks. This goes back to this card where you're going to be astounded when you look back on this time and say, you know what, I fucking did that. I hope that you say that to yourself, because you will have done that, and you are learning that it's nice to have people around to help you, but you yourself are so very strong, and you didn't need anyone through this time. Maybe some people were around to help, but at the end of the day, you shouldered a lot of burden and difficulty and all of these things going on, and you still were doing your thing and making it happen because you had to. And I want to remind you that if you can do it, why can't all these other people that you're doing everything for, why can't they do it too? Anyway, but also the Tower reversed is suggesting that you don't have a firm foundation right now to build on. You may have some ideas about how to change your work situation, some ideas with your partner you've come up with of like, how do we get out of this? The problem why you can't change those things immediately is because you're feeling like you're in a place of lack. You don't have any good rest. You're not getting peace, relaxation, meditation, or having any time to introspect and think about things that you've been through or what's going on. You're too disturbed by what's going on outside of you with the world, or dwelling on past problems of yourself. You're looking out at other people and how great they freaking have it. So there's a jealousy issue, and you're doing too much for others. This reading really came together. Okay, next we're going to look. We're going to get the Star Trek deck. It's just the boundless optimism of the future of the 90s, late 80s and 90s. Remember that? Where anything and everything was possible, and that humanity would pull together, come together, and reach for the stars and blah, blah, fucking blah. I don't know, you're a Virgo rising. You're probably quite cynical about all of that now. But there's people out here who still hold a candle for that. You might also be one of those people. It doesn't have to look exactly the way that they portrayed it in the show. But with the internet and everything going on in our society, at least in the West, is there not some shift towards at least things getting called out and brought into the open for discussion? And I've noticed recently that when we have extremes of things, they go back and forth very quickly. It's not like we were on the slow rise into an extreme over here, and it takes years and years and years, and then we slowly pull out of it. And the way that things seem to have gone in the past, now it's just like, all right, we got into this super extremist view on certain things and behaviors, and we were there for like 2 years, and then people start coming out and they're like, I've had enough, this is too much, we've gone too far, we need to bring it back to center, this and that, and then the pendulum starts coming on back. And each time that our society does this with any given topic or subject, people are able to experience both sides of a situation and gain greater understanding. And how can you know where the middle path is without knowing where each edge of the path is? Like, how can you know what color gray is if you've never seen white or you've never seen black? This is just part of a human experience. And I think there's something special, difficult as hell, and a little bit unnerving, not more than a little bit, frankly, um, that things are moving so accelerated and so fast, but that also gives us a chance to accelerate and move quickly. It's like being on a really fucking wild roller coaster, and the highs are really high and the lows are really low, and there's a lot of intensity going through it, but then it's also over really quickly. And you come away being like, yeah, I did that. I rode the craziest, gnarliest roller coaster ever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you got something from all that mess. We're going to pull another 12 cards for you. Hoping we're getting some face cards so we can see some of the characters. This is my first time using this deck, actually, so I'm excited. There we go. I might have to use my book because I don't actually know. Oh, Jordy. I know who that is. Who is this? Is she like the lady that like had a baby with Picard or something? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look at the book a little bit to know what all these some of the characters might be. But we'll do it together for entertainment. Yeah, we got the man himself. Oh. Okay. Let's go. All right, let me pause for a second and I'll get this information real quick. Okay. So in this particular deck, we have different signifiers for the regular wands and pentacles and cups and swords. We have starships as cups. We have cloaks, like the cloaked Cleon ships, as wands. We have Latinum, of course, as the pentacles. And we don't have any of these cards here today, but the batless are the swords. So first off, starting off for you here, we have the Three of Cups reversed as what you are right now. Unsupported, not having any fucking fun, not having anything to really celebrate right now, being a little bit depressed, if you don't mind me saying so, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's a tough place to be, and you're giving so much of yourself, so I can see why that is. Next, we have, and what you value, we have the Five of Wands reverse. You don't want to... you don't really have any ideas right now, and you really don't feel like coming up with new ideas. You don't want to, sorry, my camera just reset. You don't want to get into any debates with anyone. You don't want to hear other people's opinions or ideas right now. And that's a little troubling. I think that you may be challenged by other people's ideas at this time. And maybe we can understand more about why that is. I actually already see why, and I'll just jump right over to it. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed with Guinan, and in its opposite house here, which usually in this spread you see there's a lot more information when you look at the cards that are opposite from each other. So this is in the place of other people. It's also secrets, but it's just like the time isn't right. Your fortune isn't all that good. Why do you want to hear from people that have great fortune, that everything's going well for them? Like, you don't want to hear anything from those freaking people because they don't know what you're going through and they can't relate to you. Even if they say they can, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And it's like, I already thought of all that. I'm a Virgo rising. I already thought of everything, and I haven't found an appropriate solution yet. I do remind you that everyone has their blind spots, but it can be understandably so, very hard to hear people give you the same stupid advice over and over again, and they're coming from a place of maybe very good intention, but the truth is that they just don't have the full perspective of everything you're going through internally, and why that is really the base contributor, like we talked about with these cards down here. The base contributor of why you're not able to make any positive moves in your life right now is because mentally and emotionally you are depleted. Next, we have what needs to change, and we have the Four of Cloaks upright, the Four of Wands upright. So this is representative of your home, but it also is about celebrating a victory. And this goes back to what I said just a little bit ago, that gratitude brings in an energy biochemically into your brain. Look it up. I mean, maybe. I hope I'm right on that. Anyway, through my experience, it is a very useful and so simple way of improving your mood and your brain's biochemistry, the serotonin release and everything like that, so that you have more energy, more positivity, and more a sense of peace and happiness in your everyday life, because you're looking at things that you are proud of, that you've accomplished. Hey, I did that. I'm glad I did that. That was a smart move. I'm glad I did that. Oh, I have this roof over my head. I'm so thankful for that. I have this person in my life that stood by me. I'm so grateful for them. Look to ways that you can have gratitude for things in your life, and make a habit of it, because this is as important to you right now as water and air. Next, we have what is driving you, and we have the Knight of Cups. So, you are wanting to look for something new to give your heart to. You're wanting something to be passionate about. You're wanting to look good and feel good and have a beautiful life. And you're driven by, you actually have an internal sense of optimism still at your core. Something that you believe you deserve love in your life, you deserve ease in your life, grace, um, goodwill, and it's still driving you. You're not lost. That's part of why you've been able to survive through all this for this long, is because you still have the will to good, you still have the will to give, and you still have some level of good expectation for yourself, that you're not giving up. Next, we have what you need to have the courage to do, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is interestingly a similar card to the King of Pentacles reversed here. But a little bit of a twist on this is saying that um, normally when you see this card in the regular tarot, you have a image of a man who's sitting outside the city, and he's holding on to a few pentacles. He doesn't have much wealth, but he's holding on to it, and he's separated himself from the city. And what I'm thinking of this for you is that you you do have a need in your life, a legitimate practical need in your life, to be a bit miserly. But the imagery of separating yourself from others is so important. Do not expect your life to look anything like anyone else's. Your fortune is not their fortune. Your trials are not their trials. There are some things inherently that are unfair. And I know you're looking for fairness here with the Justice and the Hopes card, and you've got Justice. Didn't you have Justice? Oh, that was Leo. Sorry. But I know you're looking for justice. You want things to be fair. But in this time in your life right now, there may have been times in your past where you had all kinds of good fortune and other people were suffering, but you just didn't see it. And now you're on the short end of the stick, and you're like, why can't my life be as good as theirs? Just let it remove yourself from the comparison. That is so important right now to get you through these times, where you can actually hold on to what you have, and do so easily without the influence of, I should have more, I don't have enough, how come they get to do this and I don't, and all those types of thoughts. You need to step outside the city and go off in your own little spot, and make what you have work for you. For the time being, this is the most prudent thing that you could do. Next, in details you may miss, we have the Magician reversed. You know, you, um, a Virgo rising, in my eyes, and from the ones that I have known, do feel like they are very capable, and they often are, but no person has every skill and talent known to man. And this is suggesting that there are some things that you're simply not that good at, that you have a weakness in. And that's where you really need your loved ones and your partners and others to step in and kind of fill in the gaps for you. That's one of the wonderful things about having a relationship, if you have one, or forging them with new people, whether that's a love relationship, a partnership, working together, whatever it may be. We're looking to offer what we're skilled at and open to others offering to us what they're skilled at that we may be deficient in, so that together we're all stronger as a whole than we were in our separate parts. This is suggesting that, man, you may not be all that good at certain things, and some of these things that you're not that good at, delegate and allow, instead of doing everything, allow others to take charge of the things that you may not be all that skilled at, and can really help you, especially at work. With this being in the sixth position too, I think that you may be taking on responsibilities that other people are frankly are better suited to. Be honest with yourself about that. Next, we have others involved. We have the Ten of Wands here. Others involved, they want to help carry the burden. There is a burden that is worth having to them to help you through this time. A particularly close partners, people represented by the seventh house, those same people that wanted to make plans with you and wanted to figure out a solution to your shared issues. They want to help carry the burden, so let them. This is going back to this card and so many others here that you have people in your corner right now. I know you don't feel like you do. You feel like you're alone and shouldering all this. Don't push other people away right now. There are people that have their own solutions, their own ideas, and their own ways of doing things that may disturb you a little bit if you're a perfectionist, Virgo rising. But you don't know everything, and their way of doing things can be so much more effective or even miraculous or nourishing to you and your mental health and to your shared situation, collaboration, household, whatever it is. Allow them to carry some of the burden. Next, we already touched on this previously, but this is in the place of secrets. We had the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Beyond feeling like you're in a state of lack, you don't have good fortune, I also feel that this is not a very good time for change for you. It's not the right time. There's something for you to learn. Probably balance and moderation if we were to look back at this card, the Temperance card. But being in this holding pattern, sussing out these issues so that we can be strong and resilient is the reason why things aren't just going to snap and get better right away. The universe, your guides, your life path, whatever you believe in, they're pushing you to develop yourself in a way that if things were just fixed because the time was right and then a good fortune befell us, we won the lottery or whatever it was, that you wouldn't need to have moderation in any of these issues. You wouldn't have learned how to grow in these specific ways, like not worrying about what the Joneses are doing, or taking time out for yourself and doing self-care, or turning yourself away from the world's problems that you can't fix and can't prevent. There are many ways of self-improvement that are being asked of you right now that could only have been brought to your attention because of the pressure cooker that you're currently in. And the universe is not ready to take that away from you yet. You need to learn this stuff first. You're hoping for justice. You want fairness and peace. You've been a peaceful person. You've been a giving person. You haven't gone against anyone and done anything shady or anything like that. So why are you not getting your just desserts? The fact is that justice is about giving us what we need, not what the things that others have gotten. We don't know the background, the story, the learning path, or anything like that of what other people are going through at any time. All we know is what we're dealing with. And if you've got this card here, I suggest to you that you are kind of in a master class right now in your life, where you are learning some relatively tough stuff. And there's people out here who are out here looking like they're living their best lives that are really just not even strong enough to deal with the stuff that you're dealing with. The earth isn't just about gain and glory and riches and enjoyment and indulgence. It's about growth. And you are in an opportunity for growth right now that will give you so much enjoyment and peace and satisfaction moving forward if you can learn these things. And what is just and fair is that you be given this opportunity to do so. If you're never given the opportunity, you won't have then you won't be able to enjoy things to this new level that is waiting for you. It's hard to describe because you probably haven't experienced it yet. But it's a sense of inner peace that comes from being self-contained to a certain extent. You can nurture yourself, you can care for yourself, you can stand alone in a chaotic world and still have hope for yourself and your loved ones, even for humanity as a whole, because you've seen the process of how things actually work, where we have our problems and then we find solutions for them in a way that is unique to us. And when you realize that all humans are going through that at their own rate of time, it gives you a lot of hope for humanity, actually. Next, we have your achievement. This is what you will achieve if you are able to kind of do the things that we talked about. And I almost feel like I want to repeat it again. I've already repeated it so many times, but it's like, this is so important. I hope that if you remember anything from this, please remember these core things here. And I'll probably repeat them again at the end of this reading. But anyway, if you're able to do all of this, you will have such a strength and fortitude. Wharf here. You will have an internal compass, a patience, a discipline, a type of strong and persistent wisdom that can only come through experience of hardships and overcoming them. And it's just like what I was talking about. This will be yours, and this is big deal kind of stuff. This is stuff that you carry with you for the rest of your life. This is stuff that you pass on to loved ones, friends, acquaintances, strangers in the street. It's something that is, it's actually coveted by many people, but they don't realize how anyone gets it. They're like, oh, you're so confident. You seem to have it all together. No matter what you go through, you're just doing well. And how do you do that? And how can you explain? It's because I went through hell and I found out how I could rely on myself and how strong I really was. And how resilient I could be if I attend to myself in ways that are moderate and fair. Nothing too much. Next, we have your contribution, what you will be giving to other people if all goes well. And we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed here. I think people relying on you to spend on them, to give them a home, give them money, give them resources, give them time, do work for them, whatever the case. I think that aspect of yourself is going away for now. There may be some people in your circle who's like, why aren't you giving me any money anymore? Why are you stepping away and not giving of your time? And they may even accuse you of being withholding or cold or distant. And the truth is that this is such an internal process for you, and the requirement is for you to distance yourself and pull away, with your loved one, this person that is in your corner and by your side, this, whether it's a spouse or a business partner, a really close friend, or somebody that wants to help you, and you have a shared goal. The withdrawing from the wider circle of people hearing me like, well, I can't come out to the bar tonight. Sorry, that's it. Sorry. And some people may feel that you're just not as fun anymore. You just don't want to give or be a part of the whatever and blah, blah, blah. And, you can try to explain to them what you're going through, and you can try to explain them that you need to withdraw because of all these different reasons. And some may understand and some may not. But I think if Virgo rising may be, especially for certain sun signs and stuff, may be very concerned about what others think, especially their friends, wanting to keep a circle around them. You may lose some people through this, at least temporarily. And I know that's hard, but that also your intense desire to have people around, if that's indeed your circumstance, created a little bit of this issue because you're keeping up with the Joneses, you're giving too much of yourself, you don't have any time to rest and relax and just be alone. And it's really necessary to pull away from people at this time. And if they want to understand and are wanting to be a part of your life when you're healed and whole, then they're the good ones anyway. It'll kind of give you some clarity on why people really wanted you around in the first place. At the end, what needs releasing? We have, I think this is the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles upright is an financially wealthy and financially independent card, and reversed, it's dependency. And then we have this Page of Pentacles, which is someone that's completely concerned with money and appearances and finances and tangible things. And am I earning? Is this worth my time? Because is it earning me money? Putting a value on literally everything. Right now, you're being asked to let go of your dependency on putting a value on absolutely everything, a monetary value. Because there are so many valuable things here that you are neglecting right now. That in the end, if this is the only way that you can look at it, do lead back around to getting money. Your mental health, your peace. Again, your mental health, your peace with the world. Let's go back and look at these. Your peace and quiet, your alone time, your ability to get good rest and even meditation if you're so inclined. That has extreme value in your mental health, in your stress levels. You're focused on other people's problems. What can you do about that? Let it go. You need to focus on yourself. You cannot give from an empty cup, nor can you prevent problems of the world coming in to fuck with you if you don't have a full cup. Some things are beyond our ability to control. Some things are beyond our ability to predict. And the best way that you can be the best prepared for any situation is to be healthy, happy, and whole, period. Then anything that happens, you will be the best prepared for. Another thing to focus is not comparing yourself to others and not being so giving that you're martyring yourself and destroying yourself in the process. Those 4 matters. These 4 things, do not forget them. This is the whole basis of this reading. This is why you are learning to become so strong. This is why you need to give up the attention to applying a monetary value to absolutely everything in your life. Part of why you're looking at the world's problems is because you're concerned of like, oh, well, if the housing prices go down, then like, I'm not going to have value in my house. Or what are you going to do about that? Are you actually going to sell your house right now? If not, then turn it the fuck off. If I stay busy, if I use 20 hours in the day and only sleep for 4 hours, then I'm going to get the most amount done. Are you really productive for that whole 20 hours, or are you taking the longest time in the world because you're in a freaking brain fog and you can't even put two thoughts together, and you're having to search for things that you misplaced or redo things over because you did them stupid, or whatever the case may be? Put a value on your rest and on your recovery. Put a value on your peace of mind. Put a value on your own life, your own gratitude for what you have in your life, and not comparing yourselves to others. Put a value on not destroying yourself for the benefit of others. That's how you get out of this situation. My dear Virgo rising. So at the end of this, we are going to pull one last card from a completely different deck. That's just an oracle card, and it has some advice for you going forward. Hopefully something that'll kind of stick with you as well. I hope I drilled that into y'all enough. Y'all better know. So these are called success cards. I got them at like a used bookstore. I've never seen anyone else have them. I don't even know like what. Anyway, I love them. They have like a lot of Buddhist wisdom in them, but they're also just timeless, like kind of, gosh, I wish I could think of the word. You know, like phrases that have been passed down through history that are eternally relevant to the human experience. There's a word for that. I don't remember what it is. We'll find one for you, Virgo rising, for June 2024. Face up only. We've got card number 55, Desire, and I'm going to read from the book so we can get some more info on that. Desire must not be destroyed. It must be Desire must not be destroyed. It must be purified. It must not be left to decline, but to be transformed. Your energy itself is desire. To be against it means being against yourself and every other thing. It is easy to condemn this energy called desire, and yet this is the source of the whole universe, the secret aspiration for the stars of the stars. To cut the roots of desire means eliminating any possibility for life. In truth, desire must not be destroyed, it must be purified. This wish to have more hides a secret aspiration to expand. You listening to that? I can't make this up. The wish to have more hides a secret aspiration to expand. One desires the infinite, but nothing can lead to material realizing this aspiration. Therefore, live desire in its pureness, freed from objects of this world or transcendental ones, and you will feel full of boundless energy, full of life itself. Okay, so I'm not asking you to go out and be a monk today. What I am saying is that your desire to have and to attain has a source in being full of growth, of knowledge, of peace, of love, of joy. Look to any desire that you have in your life and really think about what is the emotion behind what I think this desire will bring me. I want to have a new car. Do you want the car, or do you want the pride that comes from having something fancy and special? Do you want the comfort and indulgence that comes from having something new? Do you want to have the security in having something that works really well? Look to what the core emotions are for any of your desires, and then look to ways that those can be fulfilled far cheaper and more easily and with less strings attached. Because as most of us know, new cars have a lot of strings attached. They cost a lot of freaking money today. Well, anyway, you're practical. I don't need to go into this, but there are such easier pathways that are so much more holistic, wholesome, and fulfilling to all of these desires that we think that we want, but really what we want is the emotion behind it. Look for that as kind of the key for you this month. You're doing some things this month. With all these difficulties and stuff, I still feel incredibly hopeful for you. So, anyway, I hope you like that reading. My name is Podkane, and I am going to be doing more readings like this every month, catching you up on your life checkup for Virgo risings and all the other rising signs. But I'm also going to be doing Venus sign readings for relationships and maybe a few other fun things that I'm coming up with, as well as true crime readings and pop culture readings and like whatever that we the people need the information on. We're going to be reading on it, baby. And, in addition to that, if you have any ideas for burning questions that you want to know, let me know in the comments. But other than that, whether you're here for a moment, a minute, or a marathon, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.